You know, it's odd sometimes these stoplights are oriented in places where there's absolutely zero traffic, and this is one of those examples where we just kind of blow through a red light because there's no traffic to be seen anywhere. You know, it's strange. It seems like it's taking us forever to skate along the Williamsburg Bridge here on the inland side. But we're just about to reach the FDR Drive, and we're going to cross over that. And there's going to be a little parkland. This is one of the interesting things you'll see in skating. Some of the things we have to traverse at times are quite odd. And what poses a challenge with someplace, a little traverse like this walkway, this pedestrian walkway, is that it's narrow, so you can't really kick out. You can't get a full stride and push off. So this is all based on kind of getting your body low and moving yourself forward. That's the smart way to do this. As Eddie Matzker would say, this is called Frankenskating, when people are standing straight up and down and skating, and it's just not good form at all. All right, so we've reached the top here. You can see FDR heading uptown in that direction towards the Bronx or Midtown. Straight ahead is the East River, and of course in the opposite direction would have been downtown. Somebody goes, I know. Okay, one person may know. I think it was Daniel. A lot of people who have not skated much would be in fear of a little hill like that in a close quarter, not knowing what to expect. But it's really about being able to control yourself through braking. If you can control yourself through braking, then you're very confident on skates. Some guys practicing or having a game. Now, because it's so dark out, and I thought we went further uptown, I actually shot a short Instagram video and mentioned that we were underneath the Brooklyn Bridge. This is not the Brooklyn Bridge. This is the Williamsburg Bridge. Now, it's the third bridge in, but it's the second bridge to go up. The first bridge to go up was the Brooklyn. The second bridge to go up was this Williamsburg Bridge, and then the Manhattan Bridge. But the Manhattan Bridge is between the two, if I remember correctly. In fact, the Manhattan Bridge is really close to the Brooklyn Bridge. So the order of the bridges going up the river are the Brooklyn Bridge, the Manhattan Bridge, the Williamsburg, the Queensboro, and then I believe at that point you get up, I think, by the Triborough, but there's also a small pedestrian walkway that goes over the Randall's Island in Ward's Park. And then there's the Triborough Bridge. Now, a little trivia here for you on bridges is that if you're familiar with Spider-Man and the death of Gwen Stacy, that took place on the Queensboro Bridge. And the tram, I'm sorry, takes people from Roosevelt Island, which is an island in the middle of the East River. Or, again, it's called East River. It's not a river. It's an island that to get to it, you have to drive over to Long Island or to Queensboro and come back over another smaller bridge to get to it. Otherwise, you could take the subway or you can take a tram, SkyTram. And in Spider-Man, the death of Gwen Stacy, in the book, the original telling, she was tossed off the Queensboro Bridge, and he had a choice. He had to save the people in the tram or her, and inevitably he tried to do both, and he snapped her neck. But that's a whole nother story, an imaginary story. So we're taking our little break here underneath the Williamsburg Bridge. Williamsburg is, I guess, the area in which, if you watched the show Two Broke Girls, was supposed to take place. It's more of like a hipster area that that was up and coming for a while. So here I am shooting the Instagram video thinking this is the Brooklyn Bridge, and it's not. It is the Williamsburg. And as we get prepared here to go, I actually got almost left behind. I mean, even the yeah, I mean, the tone of the skate so far has been almost casual. And once we hit this this skateway, this bike path, and the promenade, you're going to see us really pick up the pace, and it's a much different complexion of skating. And I have to really leg it out to try to catch up with everybody. So you understand this, the bike path runs to the left, and it's closer to that FDR drive there. The promenade is a walkway that's physically on the river's edge, and you're going to see us skate along it. So that promenade's coming up, and you know, we're bearing down on the last few seconds of this 7-minute video. So the next segment, we're going to get into it on this segment, but the next segment's going to feature a long skate along the promenade. Here we all still debating what this bridge is, and even some of the locals here are trying to figure out what it is. Oh, I feel so silly because I'm looking at it and I'm going, that doesn't look like the Brooklyn because it doesn't have the Gothic arches or the big cable, but it's got that outline at night. And without looking at it closely and having a little bit of a sensory issue with like where my senses and my sense of direction, I mistook it for it. Mistook it for something else long enough to ask. It's kind of like asking the obvious question. I knew it was the I knew it was the Williamsburg, but I had to hear somebody else say it. Yeah, the Manhattan Bridge is the one that looks quite modern. And we can skate over the Brooklyn Bridge, but it's got the planks, the wooden planks, and it's a real monster to skate across in terms of having to cope with all that. But we've skated over the Manhattan and the Williamsburg quite often, and there's actual good bike paths where you're not in anybody's way to skate along. So here it is, I'm futzing around with my stuff. They're leaving. Jack, the sweep, was waiting on me.
I can't see shit.
And here we are, finally making our way down to the bike path, which is where we're going to kind of take a break here at the end of this video. Or the promenade, sorry. This is the East River Promenade. And we're going to pick up in the next video where you're going to see me skating along with the rest of the group quite quickly. The pace will be picked up quite a bit.